is the Renault Kiger Facelift, and not much has changed because this is literally a facelift because the face has been freaking lifted here. This is the key of the vehicle, the same as before. Unlock the car, lock the car. This is to turn on the vehicle, and this is to open the boot. So the key is actually nice because if you approach the car with the key in your pocket, it will automatically unlock, and when you go away, it will automatically lock. So that's amazing. The face has been lifted with a new bumper here, a new grille as well, and a new bonnet too with these bulges on it. Why has this happened? Just so that they could incorporate the new logo. All this effort only for the new logo, nothing else. 4 years after the launch, very minor change here. I expected more from Renault. Anyway, straight away, let's open the engine bay because there is good news. Khul ja bhai.
10 seconds later.
Yeah, the good news is that this is the turbo engine and there is insulation here, which is nice, and bang, it closes. Now they've added a chrome strip right there, and they've actually added fog lamps here, so that's a new addition. New bumper actually looks nice and the car looks a bit different. This is the indicator, that's the DRL, nothing has changed here. This has also not changed. This is actually the high beam, this is the low beam, piano black finishing right there, and from here it does better breathing for the engine. So this is open. There's a camera which has been added here. Oh my god, more features, wow. From the side, it looks more or less the same as before, but it gets new alloy wheels. The length is almost 4 meters. The wheelbase is around 2.5 meters. Slight change here. In fact, it says turbo here. Earlier, it used to have the naming of the variant right there, which was RX. Now they have emotion and all that, so the new variant naming as well. Tire size 195, 60/16, red color brake calipers, new design of the alloy wheels. You get this body cladding to reduce the visual bulk. The ground clearance is 205 mm, which is good enough, and you have a dual tone color scheme here with a black roof, sort of a weird rear spoiler, and a high mounted stop lamp. At the rear, it's a new bumper and the new Renault logo, but the tail lights remain the same as before. These are LEDs, this is halogen, there's a proper bulb right there. So again, minor changes. Yeah, they could have made a lot more changes. Let's open the boot. Loading lip is quite high, so yes, putting stuff inside is a bit difficult, and the spare wheel is finished in 165 size tire, so smaller size tire here. Get a parcel shelf, and yeah, that is kind of light. There's an Easter egg here, which you can see right now. It's kind of weird for a Kiger. That's more for tribal thing. Anyways, let's get inside. Look at this piano black finishing on the door handles. Space at the rear is actually good enough. You know why? Because there's good amount of...
To their position. All marshals, please report to their position.
Okay, do not disturb, bro. I am busy. Thank you so much. And center passenger does not get a headrest, which is adjustable, so it's fixed. You get center armrest with a phone holder and cup holders as well. Magazine holders here. 12-volt charging socket, rear AC vents, not scooped out, but magazine holders here. New room legroom is good, under thigh support is decent. Headroom is actually okay for someone as tall as me. Light placement here in the center, handle to hold on to, no height adjustable seat belts, but it gets 6 airbags. Earlier there were 4 airbags. Doors don't open as wide as say a Tata Altros, but door pockets are big enough here. The dashboard gets new colors, beige, which gives it an airy feeling inside this cabin. But yes, not much has changed, so I'm a bit upset because they could have obviously made a lot of changes. Price starts at rupees 7.37 lakhs on road Mumbai, going all the way to 11.37 lakhs, somewhere around that. Sorry, 13.37 lakhs for the top variant. This is like 1.7 lakhs cheaper because this is the manual, so you pay 1.7 lakhs more for the automatic. Do not get the automatic. Seats also have the new Renault logo. Beige treatment is nice. Height adjustable seats. There's no dead pedal here, which is not that great. Door pockets are decent size. Illumination, does it have? You tell me. But hard plastics in plenty almost everywhere. Steering has this yellow inserts which actually look decent here, and the camera's over, so I'll just give it a nice wipe here. There's no mirror here, yeah, and there is a mirror on this side which is for the passenger, obviously. Shut by shut. And here you get small cubby holes, so it's decent size. This glove box, there's another glove box here, and actually treatment is nice. Visually it looks nice, but again, hard plastics everywhere. You get an auto dimming inside rear view mirror now. That's nice and cool. And the gear lever feels nice to hold. There's a wireless charging pad here. There's some storage space here. USB-A, no USB-C. Engine start button. I think this is for cruise control. Is it? Yeah, the position is weird. And this is for the ambient lighting, so I can turn it on and off. Yeah, just one color. And this is to select the drive mode. This is a nice premium treatment with some storage space here. Yeah, this is actually big enough. This does not slide. Get a proper handbrake. And I like this for sure, the way the AC controls have been done, because let me remove this. Yeah, this is so damn cool. Very premium. I love it. and lot of buttons, because now it gets ventilated seats as well. This is an 18 screen, which is a bit too boring because there's not much to browse through. However, it does not get a 360-degree camera. It gets a around view monitor, because when I turn on the camera using this button, I don't see a 360-degree view. I can see different views by pressing a button, but I do not get a 360-degree view here. This is a 7-inch screen, instrument cluster digital part, and rest is obviously the fuel meter and the temperature meter has been given on either side. You get buttons on the steering wheel and you can browse through a few things right there. Yeah, it's telling you the fuel efficiency and all those things. And for audio system, obviously you get these buttons. Wipers, they work really well in this car. So in terms of features, a lot more could be there. Like a freaking sunroof should have been offered. Ventilated seats is a definite welcome addition here. And it doesn't feel premium, but new colors, new logo and all that obviously feel nice. The horn is decent. It says clean air, yes, because PM 2.5 air filter, and the camera quality could be a lot better, but this screen is so damn boring. When you turn on and off the car now, it obviously has some sort of animation. It says please take your belongings. Let me turn on the car, and there you get a welcome here. And when you change the drive mode now, it also shows you different view right there. So yes, the cluster is nicely done, but let's start driving, although there are no mechanical changes here. All right, let's start driving. Turn on the car. Slow and steady. Do slow and steady. Let's turn off the air conditioning. Let's come into sport drive mode. Let's turn off the traction control. Traction control off. Into first gear. Now look at this, okay? It revs all the way till 6,500 RPM in neutral, which is kind of crazy. And off we go. Oh yes. I don't know what Renault's trying to prove by making us do a slalom test on the steering pad here, because this car is not about dynamic performance, because the steering is super duper slow. It's like a crazy slow steering wheel. Yeah, super slow. Lot of understeer. And trust me on this, the steering is like really slow and sluggish. Too much lock to lock, and takes a lot of effort to turn this car. Come on, don't walk down. Go, 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 go. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, because the car understeers a lot. Yeah, crazy understeer in this car. But then, trust me on this, it's actually not a driver's car. And then walk down, bro. What is happening? Give me the performance. Okay. Time to test the 0 to 100 km/h acceleration. And off we go. Wheel spin. My goodness, I think the chassis will only come out into second. Come on. Go. And a shift to third is required. Let's see what it does. 0 to 100 km/h takes 11.64 seconds, which isn't bad at all. Let's do the brake test. Oh, yeah, brakes are fine. They're not bad actually. They're decent. You know what? There's no mechanical change to this car. So why are we doing all this? For time pass, I believe, because I've already done multiple videos of this car. But Renault's like, why not come and drive the car on a track so that you can get a different experience? I'm just going to go around a circle because I can. And honestly, performance is quite peppy here. It's linear. It's nice. It's not very performance oriented, but because of the lightweight, yes, performance is actually good enough, because 0 to 100 km/h in 11.64 seconds is not bad at all. Okay, let's time it once again. I love the fact there's no soft limiter here, and off we go. Yeah, okay, it's bogged down. There's no point. Let's do it again. Let me not launch it at peak RPM. Let's launch it nice and soft, and off we go. Yeah, traction control light blinking. And shift around 6,000 RPM. Come on, Kiger! Yeah, shift to third. Gearing is on the taller side here. 0 to 100 km/h in 11.73 seconds. So yeah, it's more or less there only. So performance is actually quite good, but do not get the NA petrol, because that is like lifeless, brother. No life in that NA petrol with 72 horsepower and 96 Newton meters of torque. What's happening, bro? No power only. Bro, this car has no ADAS and I'm Salman Khan, so be careful, okay? Anyways, let's do the hill climb, which is a weird activity for a Renault Kiger. Okay, time for a hill climb. I don't know why we are doing all these activities. Not that this car is about going from the track or climbing hills, but because this is a turbo, it manages it smoothly. Now I'm in second gear. I leave the throttle. That lag is there. Not much of a turbo lag, but then the engine is tractable and it pulls nicely, which is a very good thing. If I do the same with the NA engine, I don't think it's going to work. And here we're coming down easy peasy. Yeah, the engine is actually very impressive here, because 100 horsepower and 160 Newton meters in the manual. In the CVT, I think 4-5 Newton meters goes for a toss, because CVT gearbox saps that. And look at this, amount of lock turn to turn is crazy, and thus the steering center it does, but it a bit slowly as such. So that could have been better. Now we're going to climb from here. So I like the engine. It's smooth and nice, but it's very vocal in the higher end of the rev range. And then there are a lot of vibrations as well. For a 3-cylinder engine, vibrations are expected, but this one has way too many vibrations, and it has sounds coming from almost everywhere. Sounds which I rather not hear. And that's the unfortunate part, that this car is not dynamic. It's neither good in terms of ride because it's a bit on the stiffer side. It's neither good in terms of handling because the steering is just slow, has too much lock, there's body roll. So it's a car which is mixed in the sense of dynamics, but then I can't complain much because this is a Chintu Mintu car at the end of the day, and for the price I think the overall dynamics are decent here. Should we try the ADAS test? ADAS will work or not? No, the car doesn't have ADAS only. How will it work? Faisal, what are you doing, man? Anyways, I think we should go and do some high-speed driving now. Now I'm going to do the hill climb. Actually, I have to go to the high-speed track, but I thought let's do it in eco mode, okay? And I'm going to shift this car into second, and let's see how it manages. Yes, it becomes sluggish in eco modes. There are 3 drive modes. There's the normal drive mode, and you can see the cluster mode actually changes. But yeah, it's actually tractable. I don't think performance goes for a toss when you change the drive modes. And yeah, it's pulling nicely and decently. The gearbox is not the slickish shifting though. It has long throws and bit rough in the sense that it's a bit notchy. However, the good thing here is that the clutch is on the lighter side, and that's one of the major reasons why I would still say get a manual. Do not get a automatic. Automatic saps power and drinks a lot of fuel. This car does have a drinking habit of sorts, which is a bit unfortunate because at the end of the day, when you're buying a car, you definitely expect mileage, especially in a small car. You expect good mileage. This car doesn't deliver that. Yeah, the turbo one, the NA one, which also shares the engine with the driver, that engine is sort of dead, completely dead actually. And let's come to the normal drive mode, and both the engines come with a 5-speed manual. You get a 5-speed AMT with the NA engine, and here you get a CVT gearbox, which obviously has a rubber band effect. So if you're looking for efficiency, well, the Kiger has to be driven very sedately. Otherwise, it obviously drinks a lot of fuel, which is expected considering the turbo engine obviously drinks more fuel as you tend to push it harder and faster. But road noise, not good. Tire noise, not good. Lot of wind noise. So insulation levels could be better. Even though they're saying they've improved the insulation, I don't feel so. They're like, they've added more material here and there to improve the insulation, but still there's a lot of room for improvement here. And the ADAS, it definitely does not work. Bang. Now I get to, what am I doing? First, let's get into sport mode. Now I get to drive the car full throttle, and here we go. Listen to the sound, okay? Engine becomes very coarse, redlining at more than 6,500 RPM, 97 kilometers per hour it does in second gear itself. Little bit taller gearing would make it much faster, and we are entering the oval. And actually the car is quite likable because of the turbo engine, which is punchy and nice. Okay, it's not the most powerful turbo engine, but trust me on this, it has likable performance. And if you drive it like this, expect single-digit mileage numbers. Oh, look at it go. Yeah, the engine has this very 3-cylinder sound which has this thrum to it. Not exciting to hear, but it's fine. It's a small engine. It's a 1-liter engine. Only 1-liter engines here, whether it's the NA, the naturally aspirated, which honestly is avoidable. I know I'm saying it for the second time, but that engine just doesn't have any punch only whatsoever. But then the pricing is attractive there. With the turbo, price goes quite a lot high, and then people who are buying this car don't really care much about performance. So that engine also gets the job done, but this turbo engine should be there in the Triber. High-speed stability is actually decent. This car is very light. You don't feel the lightness somehow. You would expect the car to just fly off at high speeds. It does not. It stays glued to the road, which is actually quite impressive. And then I'm going to make a gap here. I'm going to come into first gear and look at this, okay? And off we go. Here, ooh, wheel spin, lot of wheel spin. Yeah, now ESP is also there. I mean, few of the features were there earlier. Majorly cosmetic changes in this car. Not much has changed. And it's raining cats, dogs, monkeys, donkeys, and you. Yeah, yes, you are also an animal. And top speed is around 150 kilometers per hour. But at high speed now, it might be stable. But there's a lot of noise. I was telling you this earlier also. The problem with this car is poor insulation, and because that's largely the cost cutting which has been done to make sure they get it to an attractive price. And the price is actually quite attractive. You know why? Because this car is cheaper than the Magnite. The Magnite obviously offers more features. In fact, the lower variants are even cheaper than the Hyundai i20, a compact SUV. They call it compact SUV, but it's a compact jacked up hatchback. It's cheaper than a compact, not so jacked up hatchback like an i20. So pricing is actually very attractive here, and Renault should have been selling more units, but sales and service outlets small here. they need to get the duster back. And in terms of ride and overall feel good factor, in spite of the lightweight, it does feel a bit rugged and nice, but I expected the ride to be better, I expected the handling to be better, I expected the engine to be better, I expected everything to be better. And then I look at the price and I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's doable, it's manageable, because for the price now, they've done a fantastic job. And I just hope they should have given it, I mean, I wish more changes were given, because 4 years after launch for a facelift and all you do is cosmetic changes, you could have given it some mechanical changes as well. Saying that, we have improved the insulation, I don't believe you, because I hear a lot of road noise here. And the engine needs better refinement for sure. It is a 3-cylinder engine which wants to tell everybody, you know what, I'm a 3-cylinder engine, I will make sound, I will make noise, I will vibrate, and it makes some weird ass sounds. Okay, listen to this. Okay, that's not very pleasurable to hear. Yeah, the overall insulation levels could have been better. But trust me on this, Renault should consider offering a diesel engine in this car. I know I'm asking for too much. The segment does offer diesel, the segment does offer sunroof, but in terms of the pricing now, they could have offered a higher variant with all these features which I'm talking about right now, because competitors are offering it. And at the end of the day, when competitors offer all these features now, people expect that this car should also offer it, because even though they don't buy that variant, they at least look at the car with all those features, come to the showroom, realize it's not in our budget, but at least it offers all these features. You understanding the chronology? Unfortunately, Renault is not understanding it. And in some ways, I find the Magnite now to be better, because Nissan has actually made certain tweaks to the car now, which has made it look at least distinct, especially the interior in the Magnite. I really like it. I feel that's kind of cool.